Hey everyone, it's me again with another tutorial, and in this video we are looking at some more scroll animation. We have 4 different sections. This is the first section, and all these sections will have different animation. So on scrolling down we have this second section, and then this third one, and finally the fourth section. So in this video we will learn how to make this animation, and as we scroll back up the animation just reverse, so everything just gets back to its original position as we scroll back up. Same goes for the second section and then for the first section. So this website is based on basically wix.com website, which is wix.com feature animation. So all the images have been taken from there. So they have a slightly different approach for their animation. As you can see here, let the page load. As you can see, the animation starts when we reach a particular height. So they are not completely controlled by the scroll here. As you can see, same goes for this section. They gets triggered when we reach a particular height, and same for this last section. And moreover, on their implementation, when they scroll back, you can see the animation doesn't revert back, but in our implementation it will be completely controlled by the scroll. When we will scroll back up, everything will revert. As you can see here, as we scroll down and when we scroll back up, it gets back to its original position. So here is my index.html file, and I have linked my CSS file and the JavaScript file. As you can see here, is the main.css, which is currently empty, and then we have this main.js file, which is also empty. And then we have for the font family, I'm using Poppins. You can download it from the Google Fonts. And there's a few more things that we need before getting started. So all you have to do is search GSAP CDN and go through the first link and go to the bottom and copy this to inmax.main.js. So create a new script tag here and simply set the src is equal to the copied link. Now the next thing that we need is Scrollmagic. So go to the Scrollmagic CDN, and on the bottom you can find scrollmagic.main.js. So copy it down and again create a new script tag with src is equal to the Scrollmagic link. And one more thing that we need here is obviously to connect Scrollmagic with GSAP. So copy this animation.gsap.main.js and in a new script tag simply paste the link. So that's it for the setup part. Now all we have to do is write our code here. So I will copy paste down a few lines of code and explain to you what's happening. So let me bring the code for my first section here. So here I will create a new section with a class name of first section, and inside this I will copy paste the code for the remaining part of the first section. So let me bring the code here. So here is the h1 tag with the title of this section, and then inside the images wrapper class we have the remaining images. So let me show you. As you can see, there is the h1 tag and then the remaining images are here. And as you can see, there is a separate image tag with this class name of section 1 bg. So let me show you what this one is. So inside my image folder I have my section 1 bg. So this one will sit on the background and the rest image will sit on top of this background image. So all these images will be inside this ingredient images. So these are the ingredient images. So there are 9. So I've created a different image tag for each of these. Now coming to the second section, again I will create a new section with a class name of second section, and inside this again I will copy paste down the code for the second section. So let me bring the code here. So here again we have this h1 tag for the title, then a p tag for the subtitle. Let me show you. This is the h1 and the p tag, and then we have these 5 images, and right behind these 5 images are another 5 images which gets revealed when we scroll. So all we have to do is create two different image wrapper. As you can see, image wrapper on the bottom and the images wrapper top. So this one will sit exactly on top of this bottom image wrapper, so it will hide it completely. And as we scroll, we will simply change the height of the top from 100% to 0, and then each individual image is wrapped inside a class name of image container, and there are 5 images for the top and 5 images for the bottom. So the next thing that we have is the third section. So I will create a new section with a class name of third section, and inside this I will again copy paste the code for my third section. So here again we have an h1 and a p tag, and then this the h1p, and then we have the 6 different images. So and their height will change as we scroll. So all these images are wrapped inside these images wrapper, and there are 6 different images with each one having a different class name. And now finally on the bottom we have the fourth section. So I will create another section tag with the class name of fourth section and with h1 and p, and similarly all the images will be wrapped inside an image wrapper. So here we have 4 different images, and each one of them fits on top of the another. So that's it for the HTML side of things. Now we will move on to write some CSS, and then finally we will write our JavaScript. So let me create the server here and show how it looks so far. So as you can see, this is the first section, the background image and the 9 different ingredient image. And then we have the second section, and it will have 10 different image, and then the third section, and finally the fourth section. So in this video we will also write the CSS to adjust this. So let me open my CSS file. So inside this CSS file I will again copy paste down few lines of code and then explain to you what we are doing. So for all the elements I am giving them a margin and padding of 0, and then I will also give the body a background color of light blue color, and then I will write the styling for my titles and the subtitle, which are the h1 tag and the p tag. So nothing fancy here. Similar font family I'm using Poppins with a color of light gray color, font size of 70 pixel, proper letter spacing, padding, and I'm giving this a z index of 999, so it always sits on top of every other element. So now you can see these stylings have been applied. We have a background color and the font family and the font size has been applied. Now let's write the CSS for our first section here. So we have to bring this in the center and then add positioning for our ingredient images. So here I will start off by targeting my first section and copy the code from the first section here. So let me bring the code here. So here width of 100% and a height of 150 viewport height, and then display flex aligning everything to the center, position of relative, text align center, and the flex direction will be column. So this is the first section here, so everything will be aligned to the center. So everything will be vertically aligned to the center, and then we have the images wrapper here, so I am giving this a position of absolute. So now it will be at its correct position. Now we have to target the ingredient images and place them at their proper position. So now what we need to do is target the ingredient images class. So let me bring the code for my ingredient images class here, and inside this we will have the 9 different images that we have in the HTML. So ingredient images will have a position of absolute, width of 400 pixel, and let me give this one a background of red so you can clearly see what this is. for left, I am giving this a 50% minus 400 pixels, so it will be on the left of the background pizza image that we have. So you can see here, this one is the ingredient images, and then we have to give different top and left properties to these different 9 ingredient image to place them at their correct position. So let me show you here. Now we have to target each one of these individual image and give them different top property, right property, left property, and so on. So here I will target the first and second image, give them a position absolute and top and right of 10 pixel, 10 pixel, 80 pixel, and 130 pixel. So now these two images will be at their correct position, this one and this one, and now we have to repeat the same thing for on the remaining images. Now obviously all these properties that I am writing 10 pixel and 10 pixel and so on, I have come along this value after experimenting a lot. So now for the remaining part, I will do the same thing, give them a position of absolute and then adjust their top and right properties so that they sit at their proper position. So now as you can see, all the images are at their proper position. Now we can remove this background of red. So now the first section should look completely fine, as you can see here. Now this one is complete. Now target the second section. So what we need now is to first of all target my second section here. So let me bring the code for it here. So again, this one will have a width of 100% and a height of 100 viewport height, and then display of flex and flex direction column, so that everything is vertically aligned to the center. Now here we have the H1P and then the images wrapper, and we have two different images wrapper, one which will sit on the bottom and the other which will sit on the top. So first of all I will target my images wrapper and give this one a position of absolute and giving this some proper padding, and from top its position will be from 20%. So now it should be at its correct position, and you can see the rest 5 images are completely behind this one, as we have set the property of absolute on the images wrapper class. So now what we have here is two different images wrappers sitting perfectly on top of each other. So now as you can see, the top one will sit on top of the bottom class. So that's it guys for this video. In the next video we will cover the remaining CSS, and we will also write the JavaScript for our animation. So and also don't forget to hit the subscribe button and also like the video if you like this, and I will see you in the next one.